Hello and welcome to more Cube Draft. Oh no, we got some choices here. We got Griselbrand, Opposition, the worst card in the cube, Badlands, Mirari's Wake. I think it's really between Griseldaddy and Opposition as far as what we're gonna play, and this card is kind of busted. If you take it early, you can get a bunch of creatures and play around it. Blue-green Opposition I think is the best archetype, but it's also good in mono blue. Blue-white. I think white has a lot of token producers. I've never really seen blue-black Opposition, but maybe that could be a thing. But yeah, I think in general this card is better than Griselbrand, but I've drafted a lot of Opposition lately. So I'm going to take Griselbrand and try and go maybe Reanimate. I think this card's great. Reanimate, Sneak Attack, even Tooth and Nail. You can do a lot of stuff with Griselbrand. I do think this card's better. I've just drafted a lot of Opposition lately, so for the sake of diversity, we take a Griseldaddy. Okay. Wow. We could have gone Opposition into Hierarch. That would have been pretty powerful. I think we are going to be taking Verdant Catacombs. I'm not a big fan of Makeshift Mannequin as a reanimation spell. And very frequently Reanimate wants a lot of different colors of mana if you're playing like Show and Tell or things like that. So Catacombs helps with the fixing, and none of these cards are super amazing for us. We're trying to pass the Opposition deck, so trying to stay out of green. But I do think probably Noble Hierarch is the best card in the pack. Ooh, wow. Okay. Well, now I'm kind of happy. There's Collective Brutality and Toxic Deluge. Also Snapcaster Mage, all great cards. So Brutality is good. I mean, it's just really versatile. Like it's duress, it kills a creature. The life gain doesn't matter so much, but it's also a discard outlet, so you can get Griselbrand in the graveyard. So I like that. I love Toxic Deluge. I think it's one of the best sweepers in the format. It gets around indestructible and things like that. But I'm going to take the Brutality. I doubt this will wheel. Probably we're going to get like a Containment Priest, like these 4 cards or something, but I'm going to take Brutality here. Ooh, followed up with a Dark Ritual. There's also Woodfall Primus. So Primus is a good reanimation target. Also good with Sneak Attack. So if we take Woodfall Primus and then we pick up Sneak Attack, that's really good. Dark Ritual lets us do like mono black things much faster though. You know what? I'm gonna stick to the black theme. I think we can find good reanimation spells, and there we go. There's Exhume. There's Shieldred. I like Wretched Confluence a lot too, but I think Exhume, a 2-mana reanimation spell, is super worth it. Maybe we'll get Shieldred back, but if we don't, it's not the end of the world. And then there's this pack. This type of deck doesn't really want to Dread Wanderer. Rixmati Reveler is interesting. That is a discard outlet, right? And with Spectacle, you know what? That's kind of cool. Yeah, I want to try this. I don't know if like an aggressive Reanimator deck is a thing in this format, but like I'm pretty excited about Dark Ritual, Spectacle, Rixmati Reveler. Let's try it. Where's Grey Merchant? So the red cards in this pack are admittedly much better than the black cards. Is Grey Merchant even good? Like honestly, what does this card do for us? If we're taking red, I mean red's clearly somewhat open by seeing these two. I don't even think red cap's that good. 4 mana is a lot. I'll try Grey Merchant just to see if mono black is an archetype. Ooh, Sundering Titan, Iona. I think Iona is probably a better reanimation spell than Titan. I like Bloodghast and Duplicate and stuff, but this card wins so many games. Explosives, I guess? I'm trying to pass everything else. Again, I've never seen this card played. We'll take Explosives for the sideboard, maybe. If our opponent has like a lot of 1-drops, this card gets pretty good. Okay, well, I will take Makeshift Mannequin now. Mediocre reanimation spells are still reanimation spells. It gives you a bit of redundancy. And I'm not doing any of these other things, so Yeah, I was right. We wheeled. I think it was these four, and then a steel Hellkite came around. I'm not gonna be playing steel Hellkite. I'll take Copperline Gorge. Who knows what maybe we want the fixing for. If this was a pod draft, I would be taking Containment Priest because that card just hoses reanimation. But the odds of that coming up in league drafts are just so minimal that it's not worth doing. Ooh, okay. Well, black seems open. Also, Woodfall Primus came around. What? It's just embarrassing. I think this is the card to reanimate for us. Bedlam Reveler's not there, but also a good card to reanimate. Wow, okay. Lingering Souls, it's a fine card to discard. I don't know if I'm main decking it, but we got some sweet things going on. Let's find Entomb and the literal card Reanimate. And then we get Karn. So Thirst for Knowledge does give us like a way to discard stuff. There's also Never Return. I think this card is pretty versatile as well. So Karn's kind of a lot of mana. I actually don't know what to do here. So we can dip into blue, because basically we're mono black. These cards, it looks like they have a lot of color, but we're never going to be casting them. Blue is a very good pairing if you do want to cast Reanimation. So I think I'm going to take Thirst. You just don't want to be spending 7 mana in a deck that's main goal is to discard a bunch of stuff. So I think Karn is excellent, but not for this deck. We're going to take Thirst and try and wheel Never Return or Necrotol. Wow, alright. Well, there's Entomb, the single best card for Reanimate. Unfortunately, we're passing Grave Titan, which is amazing. This card is very good because it's a solid thing to like reanimate turn 2, but also just casting it on turn 6 is pretty good as well. So just a good role player in a deck like this, but we'll take Entomb. And probably not going to wheel anything, unfortunately, but that's a great pickup for us. Ooh, wow. Phyrexian Arena, Compulsive Research, or Ravenous Chupacabra. So we can Dark Ritual out of turn 1 Arena, but it is pretty slow. I'm going to take this because it's card draw and a discard outlet again. Just redundancy is great for us. Ooh, Crypt Breaker or Buried Alive. I guess we take Buried Alive. I'm kind of worried about finding reanimation spells. We don't have that many, but like Living End or Living End would be pretty good in this deck. It is 3 mana though. Crypt Breaker gives us... Okay, we'll take Buried Alive. Okay, well now I'm feeling pretty good. Entomb, Reanimate in the same deck. Super powerful. We can maybe wheel Gonti or the Scarab God, but I gotta pick this up right now. Freebooter can protect our guys, which I kind of like. Atarka's like fine to reanimate. Treasure Map's fine, but I think I like playing Freebooter. Just knowing what's in your opponent's hand so you can know whether or not, you know, naming black on Ione is a good idea or not, I think is worth it. Oh, okay. Love me some Crater Hoof. I think I'm between Shriekmaw and Slaughter Pact. So, what's good about Shriekmaw? Shriekmaw is versatile. Cannot kill artifacts. I think I'm gonna take the 0 mana spell. This deck seems like it wants to operate on very little mana. Also, Slaughter Pact is like a good card to find off Gristlebrand. Recurring Nightmare? Okay. We need more early creature plays, but I'm not doing anything else. So if we can find... Obviously, now Crypt Breaker is excellent because Crypt Breaker makes a creature and discards a card, and then you can Recurring Nightmare everything back. Well, we got Necrotol. Honestly, in this deck, Necrotol is better than Never Return because we got Recurring Nightmare, so I'm pretty happy about that. I guess we can take Emrakul. I don't really need it, but I'm not doing any of these things. I don't like Emrakul so much in this deck, though. It's better when you can cast it. Like reanimating a 13/13 trample is great, but maybe it's good. I don't know. I'll put it here. Okay, Chupacabra. Strictly better than Necrotol. Well, not strictly, because Necrotol is first strike, but pretty good card. Again, if we want Recurring Nightmare to work, we need early cheap creatures. The fact that Crypt Breaker... Oh, never mind. Ask and you shall receive. Also, green seems open. Wow. Okay. Pretty happy with what's going on here. Gonti's really powerful. So I'm just gonna take a Gonti and go for the throat. Nice. Okay, well black, we're the only ones drafting, which is nice. And we have a whole nother pack. Okay, so what do we want out of this pack? We want to get an Underground Sea, because I think I do want these. And we want some good reanimation spells, like the literal card Animate Dead, stuff like that would be good for us. We don't want to see this. There's Dread Return, which is kind of interesting. Liliana gives us some like... Liliana's okay. I think for our deck we want Dread Return. Maybe we can wheel her, because who's going to take a Liliana? And I don't really want Augur of Bolas. I don't... Oh, actually, wait. How many spells do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 spells. This is like maybe gonna hit. And Augur of Bolas does turn on Recurring Nightmare as well. But I think I'd take the reanimation spell first. Ooh. Thief of Sanity. But unfortunately, we gotta take Merfolk Looter for this deck. I think. Yeah, I mean, this card single-handedly enables Recurring Nightmare. Yeah, we'll take the Looter. Phyrexian Obliterator. Nice. I like Chart a Course. Search for Skanto is pretty good, but Necromancy is like a way to just improve on one of these 4 mana plays. Probably Makeshift Mannequin. Let's see. So right now we have Reanimate, Exhume, Recurring Nightmare, Dread Return. Then we'll have Necromancy. And we can wheel Chart a Course. Or we can take Chart a Course, because probably nobody's in Reanimator. The problem is if we miss this card, we're in like a real bad spot. Whereas we have quite a few discard outlets, so yeah, I'm gonna take Necromancy, I think. Oh, that's some cool control magic art. I like that. Ophiomancer, Evolving Wilds. Honestly, I think this deck needs Evolving Wilds. Our mana is terrible. Yeah. Underground Sea. Perfect. Okay, now our mana is better. Yeah, we gotta take that. You can fetch it off Verdant. We only have 3 blue cards, but they're pretty important blue cards, you know? Interesting. Probably taking Looter Il Core. Again, fits the theme of Merfolk Looter. It's an early play for Recurring Nightmare. And yeah, like we don't really need Obnixilis anymore. Ooh, Tessigray? Terastodon? So how many... The one thing I don't really know about building Reanimator decks is how many reanimation targets you actually need. Right now we have 3 great ones. And Emrakul's okay. So we could take Read the Bones, but I honestly don't think we need that card. So I think for me it's between Tassiger and Terastodon. And... oh, Terastodon Dread Return is actually pretty sweet. I'm gonna do that. Ooh. Una's Prowler. Yeah, that's the enabler we want. Nice. Alright, well, we kind of got there on mono black splashing blue Reanimator. We gotta make a lot of cuts. I can see sideboarding in Magister. Okay, there's Augur. I don't know if I'm playing it, but it's something. I could see not main decking this, But it is a way to wipe the board, which we don't really have any interaction. We're just all in reanimate. So maybe that's worthwhile. Ooh. Against some decks, this can just win games. Phyrexian Obliterator. Oh, Lightning Greaves. That's interesting. So let's go with Looter, Gristlebrand. Or do we want Ophiomancer? I'm gonna take Ophiomancer. I don't know. That could be wrong. I took Ophiomancer just because of Recurring Nightmare. Plus, it's like, it's a way to stay alive against. Sure. It's a way to stay alive against more aggressive decks because we don't have anything like Damnation or anything. Sure. All right, last pick a Myriad. All right, so now we need to decide what cards to actually put in the deck. Because everything fits the theme very well. Like, we will be reanimating stuff. I think we could probably cut Necrotol. Probably Emrakul is just worse than one of these. I kind of like, you play Terastodon, hit all your own lands, and then you can Dread Return. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I thought I knew, but I don't. Okay, so I guess I don't need too much kill spells, right? Or too many? Slaughter Pact is pretty good. I like Freebooter, Una's Prowler, Exhume, Brutality. I think I like all those early plays. Maybe we don't need an Ophiomancer? Yeah, maybe not. Necromancy is good. Buried Alive might be a little bit too slow. Show and Tell I think I want in this sideboard. And maybe this is just like way too many reanimate spells. But they're all so sweet. So basically we're never casting any of these. So our deck is just this. And all of these are like really solid enablers. Like, I like all of them. Return Ravenous, Chupacabra. And as far as creatures go, we have 7 early creatures to do Recurring Nightmare stuff. But then we can start looping like Chupacabra, Woodfall Primus. So that gives us a nice late game. So I like that. We just need to cut a couple more cards. Maybe I cut that. So we have Reanimate, Exhume, Recurring Nightmare, Necromancy, Dread Return. Those are our enablers. 5 is probably enough with how much like looting and card draw we have. As far as discard enablers go, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That also seems fine. In fact, we could maybe cut one. Do we cut Buried Alive? No, that seems great. With how much reanimation spells we have, Buried Alive gives us the outs to like reanimate multiple creatures. I'm gonna play with the deck and come back when I've like settled on something. I think maybe cutting one of these creatures is the game plan, but we'll see. All right, here's the deck we came up with. I cut, what did I cut? Go for the Throat, because we already have Slaughter Pact. And I cut Go for the Throat because I can run Necrotol. And I think just having creatures is better when you're running stuff like Recurring Nightmare. Even though it does cost more, I think it has some value. Probably the most controversial cut is Makeshift Mannequin. And I could see maybe like removing Necrotol to run a Mannequin. I don't really know. I guess this is a limitation. I don't play Reanimator too much. So like the sweet spot of how many reanimation spells and stuff you need is not 100% clear to me. So I'm gonna start like this and then we can kind of work with it. I'm running these 6 creatures to reanimate. I think they're all really good. And against more controlling decks, we might bring in Terrastodon, but I like Primus a bit more with Recurring Nightmare. Just got some sweet value that you can sacrifice it and stuff. And then Magister of Worth against the creature decks I like. As far as sideboarding goes, we can bring in Show and Tell against like weenie decks or mono red. Again, Obliterator comes in against mono red for sure. Same with Ophiomancer and probably Grey Merchant. So a lot of sideboarding options. And I cut Thirst for Knowledge because I think Compulsive Research is enough. And maybe this could even be cut. But I think the looters are worth running because of Recurring Nightmare and just how good they are with the strategy in general. So we're going to do that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blue sources for 3 spells. Seems totally fine. So that's the deck. Let's see how it fares. All right, here for round 1. Let's go first. So we're missing a discard outlet. But I think this hand's a keep because any discard outlet we can like Dark Ritual Necromancy very quickly. I don't know. That's kind of sketchy. I'm not in love with this hand. But we have so many ways to discard cards in this deck that I think it's worth it. Don't you dare Thoughtseize. Okay. You know... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say if they Thoughtseize us, we could like Dark Ritual Necromancy as a way to like force them to discard a dude. Can you play lands? No, we cannot play lands. But honestly, I think just putting out Gonti this turn is worth it. See what's on top. Ooh, Grave Titan, Swamp, Grim Monolith, right? So this, you may look at and cast that card. So you cannot get lands. That's good to know. I think... The thing is, Grim Monolith doesn't really do that much for us because we can't like reanimate, or like the mana doesn't help. But if we cast Grim Monolith, then we can go like Recurring Nightmare and Necromancy next turn. And it's not like we're gonna hit 6 mana for Grave Titan anytime soon. So I'm gonna take the Monolith. It also gives us a play for the next turn if we don't hit a land. That then opens up, you know, doing one of these things. Basically, taking Monolith makes a discard outlet worth it. Farseek, okay. Opponent's deck looks nice. Grave Titan, Monolith. Wow, very solid mana base. Buried Alive, that'll do it. So that's kind of why we took Grim Monolith. Now we can double spell next turn if we hit a land. Yeah, we can Buried Alive for Gristlebrand, Iona. Probably just gonna Iona on black. We lose to Beast Within, I think is probably the only card, but they seem to be very heavy black. And land off the top for us would be sweet. Wow, they've really ramping out. All right, land. Collective Brutality. That does it as well. So let's tap this. Yeah, cast with Escalate. I want to discard 1, 2. Yeah, we want to hit all 3 modes, I think. Target opponent. This. Target opponent. Pay that, and then we still have 3 mana floating, so we can Recurring Nightmare. Discard you and you. No instant sorceries. Verdus Geared Hulk, Windswept Heath, we're in Power Stone, okay. And then we play... I kind of like just doing Recurring Nightmare. We actually could have attacked, but Recurring Nightmare Woodfall Primus is sick, so... Oh, we can still attack. Nice. Attack here, and we know their hand. So, get back you. And this is just gonna kill, doesn't really matter. Okay, so if we draw a land, I think things get pretty nice for us. I mean, that turn in general was pretty nice as well. And we know they top decked a land, so their hand is just Verder's Gearhulk, which it is an 8/8, but we can get a Gonti next turn, hopefully. And we kind of want this to die. Yep. Yep, so they get an 8/8. Let's hit a land. That does kill it, but then we die, so I don't think we really want to be casting Slaughter Pact right now. Alright, go ahead. It's a bit unfortunate. What land did they play? I think a basic forest. So they went that and that. So now the top card we don't know. But again, we're running 17 land, I believe. So any land we hit, we can then Recurring Nightmare, kill a land, Slaughter Pact the Verder's Gearhulk. And that's gotta be good enough, right? Yeah, we're in Power Stone. And they can't even attack. Nice. Alright, come on, land. Okay. Well, this can start attacking at least. Pass turn. Wait, did they not play a land? No, they played a forest. Okay, maybe I'm missing... Okay, they definitely are out of forest in hand. So they have 2 cards we don't know. Don't like that. Alright, we're taking 8. What is this? Yep. That's a big dude. Okay, if we hit a land, we can Recurring Nightmare, get back Magister of Worth. And that's gotta be good enough. Come on, just one time, please. It's not too much to ask. We're like very close to dead, actually. Come on. Okay, perfect. Recurring Nightmare. Yeah. Get back you. Sacrifice this. This is so good. Unless they have like surgical extraction or something. And we can even Slaughter Pact now. So we want to vote for Condemnation. Yeah, Condemnation. Yeah, this card's actually surprisingly good in the reanimation strategy. We get our Woodfall Primus back. We can cut them off of... I guess we're in Power Stone? I think the thing I'm scared of now is an Eldrazi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. And I kind of want to get Magister of Worth back into the graveyard as like a way to stay alive. We can also get back Gonti to see more of their deck. Also, it's interesting, their deck seems very heavy green, but I think we still have to name black with Iona. Sweet. Alright, so mono green. I like Go for the Throat. I think Ophiomancer is kind of interesting too. Definitely not running Show and Tell. Necrotol is good against mono green. What do I cut for Go for the Throat though? Maybe nothing? Maybe I just do that. Maybe I just keep the deck as it is. It's so good. Yeah, we're just gonna run it as it is. Well, I think I gotta keep this hand. I think Magister of Worth is just like a Windmill Slam all-star against their deck from what I've seen. And turn 2 Looter. We also have Compulsive Research too, turn 3. Should really facilitate that. Ooh. Can't do anything with that yet, but that is a really powerful draw. theoretically, if things get dicey, we could Dark Ritual into Compulsive Research into Reanimate. I don't know why you would want to do that, but you could. Alright, opponent's playing... Ooh, that's a good one. That's a lot of mana. I don't like that. Just play our Looter. If we had the card Reanimate, then I would have gone for that play, but we only have 3 draw steps to try and hit literally Reanimate to Woodfall Primus down their Monolith. So we just gotta kind of deal with whatever they can put in play this turn, and hopefully get a Magister of Worth in play fast enough that we don't die. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 7 mana on turn 3. Oh no. Okay. They probably eat the island? That makes the most sense to me. Swamp, okay. Crypt Breaker. So I think we definitely tag with Looter before we do anything. And this has to hit an opponent, so I'm just gonna attack them. Discard a card. I think I like discarding Woodfall Primus. Yeah, so we can run back the same Dark Ritual Compulsive Research strategy. But again, we have to hit exactly Reanimate. I kind of like just playing Crypt Breaker off of a Swamp to play around Sundering Titan. That doesn't do anything, does it? Okay. Well, we'll play this. Play Crypt Breaker. Pass turn. And now we just need to find Reanimation spell. Then we're golden. And we have quite a few draw steps to do it. Yep, they can take a Swamp. But we have, let's see, next turn we're gonna have Dark Ritual puts us up to 5. So now we have Animate Dead and Exhume as outs. Garrick, yeah. That's a scary one. But Woodfall Primus can beat Garrick. So if we find a way to get this in play, I think we're golden. I played a land tapped. Nice. Alright, deck. I believe in you. And we're not even dead next turn. We have a little bit of time here. So let's hit with the Looter. Just attack them. Buried Alive. I guess I discard Magister of Worth. I can exile Buried Alive to Karn. The real question is, do I Dark Ritual now? I think I can survive one more Karn activation, so I think I just Compulsive. Right? Yeah. Discard. If they exile a land, I can still go Dark Ritual into Dread Return. And then we can flashback Dread Return, sacrificing all of our creatures to name Iona. So I think I actually discard Iona Buried Alive. And then this way, if they exile a land, we still have Dark Ritual. We're probably going to be exiling Slaughter Pact. to Karn. Because they only have, what, 6 mana? So like a Grave Titan or something? But we're gonna, yeah, Dread Return on Woodfall Primus, kill Karn, sacrifice these 3, flashback Dread Return, probably on Iona. Woodfall Primus comes back, kills Garrick, Iona naming green or black. Like, how do you come back from that? I don't know if you do. So, little do they know, they actually have to Karn downtick on one of my creatures, but that's not even good, so they're in a bad spot. Alright, opponent is wisely exiling lands. Wait. Oh yeah, we had 3 lands in play, okay. Verdurous Gearhulk? Yep, we can beat this. As crazy as that it is. So we're gonna take the hit. I imagine they make the beast really big. Yeah, they hit us for 6. We might be getting Magister of Worth, I'm not sure. Because that leaves them with 4 mana, 2 cards in hand. Please don't have any more. Okay, Noble Hierarch is fine. Yep, takes 7. 1 card in hand. This card's busted. Yep, they attacked. What's going on, opponent? Okay, attacking for 7, no blocks. Do we get to untap? Yes, okay, here we go. So, we gotta go Swamp, Dark Ritual. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cast Dread Return, targeting Woodfall Primus. Woodfall Primus kills Karn. And if they have a removal spell, that's bad because we cannot flashback Dread Return. So let's see, because they can respond to this trigger. Yeah, I think it's actually worth not attacking with Looter because we don't want them to respond to the trigger. I kind of think just getting Magister of Worth has to be good. That leaves them with nothing and we have a flyer in play. Yeah. Because right now we can't really block anything. Yeah. So he comes back and then dies, which is a little unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? I guess I could vote for Grace. If Grace gets more votes, each player returns a creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. No, I'm just gonna vote Condemnation. I don't want to give them any choice. Go. So we could have gotten Iona, and maybe that would have been better. But we do have Slaughter Pact as extra insurance here. Iona hits for 7. Yeah, maybe that was better. We took a bunch of mana away from them, which is what I wanted. But I guess if they just like jam Hornet Queen, now we're in some trouble. And we don't have Magister of Worth in the graveyard to reanimate. Yep, this is Hornet Queen, Grave Titan. No! Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I believe they win the race. They swing for 10. Alright, we might actually lose this one. Yeah, that's a lot of land. So if we had left them with all the creatures in play though, like, we still would not be in a great position. But I guess we would have Iona'd black. So yeah, I guess getting Iona would have won. But now I don't know what does it. Oh, I guess Recurring Nightmare off the top would do it, right? We can get Woodfall Primus and then get Magister of Worth back. Yeah. Great game regardless. I think we did misplay and we should have gotten Iona on black. But like, it just doesn't seem like it does that much. They're mono green. Like they could have easily just gone like Hornet Queen or something like that. Merfolk Looter. We're at 3. We're just very dead. Alright. On to game 3, I suppose. Opponent's deck is good as well. Go for the throat. Seems better than Slaughter Pact now that we saw Grave Titan. And the rest of the deck seems good. Alright, going first again. Hopefully we don't get like turn 3 Karned. Okay. I'll keep this, because Buried Alive is really powerful. We just have to... I always say this, and it always happens. Let's not draw the cards we want to reanimate, please. No, that's not good. Okay. Maybe we should have brought in explosives. Go ahead. Well, now we can draw them, because we can discard them to Prowler, so that's good. Oh man, are they missing lands? No. I will block. Okay. They thought about it. Compulsive research. Yeah. So what do we want here? Iona. Gristlebrand. Magister. Just give ourselves all the options. Attack for 3. Next turn we can Necrotol. I kind of just want to hit a mana source, but because this can't kill the what is it? The 5 mana artifact creature. So hopefully nothing scary from opponent. We get to kill a thing. Recurring Nightmare is the best possible draw. Gaia's Cradle? What? Okay. Don't do anything too crazy, please. No, stop! Get out of here! Stop, please. And then, ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they then play the 5 mana 8/8. We're basically on reanimation spell or bust. Dude! This is one of the best starts I've ever seen from mono green. Okay, and it is an artifact, so we cannot kill it, as weird as that is. That's like super unfortunate actually. They can discard cards to stop the Prowler from hurting Garrick, and we only have like 2 turns here. Okay, they made it a 6/6. 6/6 is importantly not a 7/7. Come on. Now we have a choice. We can Necrotol down that, but I think our better bet is just Compulsive Research. I think we have to find like a good card here. Like, I think we just have to set up for next turn. There's Exhume. Okay, so let's discard 2 cards, and they're going to be Woodfall Primus Swamp. And we're gonna hit Garrick. Forward some damage. We're taking 9. And then we can exhume a Magister of Worth. Man, if only we had Living End in this deck. We might still get there. You never know. Because Gaia's Cradle is pretty bad with all their creatures being dead. And Magister of Worth can deal with Garrick. And honestly, to protect Garrick, they're going to have to discard like 3 cards here. So if they'd overrun +3/+3, that would have been 3. Would we have been 1 short of dead? 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. Wait. 9 and 9. We were 2 damage short of just being dead to a Garrick overrun. That's incredible. Yeah, so we need to decide what creature to reanimate. I'm leaning towards just the board wipe. Because this is scary and it cuts them off of so much mana. But well, it really depends. If they play a creature here, then we're definitely going to wipe the board. We just need no discard. Like, nothing to get rid of Exhume. Or land destruction. Please be Hornet Queen. Come on. The Queen of Hornets. Okay. Look, if you're gonna just draw like this, then I guess... How do we beat this now? I don't know if we can. Yeah, I don't know how to beat that. What kind of start is that? Yep, take the damage. And then Garrett can overrun. Oh! That might actually do it. I think that does it. So... Holy cow, that's good. Wow, that was an amazing draw. Okay, so... We can attack Garrick, or Karn with Una's Prowler, forcing them to discard a card, just for extra value. Oh. No. If they discard a creature in response, that's fine. What I'm thinking of is if they discard a creature Una's Prowler, then they get it back from Exhume, but it's just gonna die. So we attack Karn here. Attack Karn Liberated. And... Okay. This is a question I don't know if I have the answer to. So we Magister of Worth, and their Grave Titan enters the battlefield. Do they get the zombie tokens before this dies? I'm actually gonna look that up. Okay, so my trigger goes on the stack first, theirs resolves first, I believe. So we can Exhume, put a Woodfall Primus into play. They get Grave Titan, but then we kill everything. Or put Magister of Worth into play. They get Grave Titan. In fact, I think we want to reanimate before that. So we can reanimate Woodfall Primus and then exhume Magister of Worth. That seems even better. Yes, let's do that. Reanimate Woodfall Primus. We go to 3. Woodfall Primus kills Karn. And then we're going to exhume Woodfall Primus is going to die to the Magister of Worth triggers, and then it's going to come back, we're going to kill Garrick, and they're going to be left with 2 lands. And I believe active player, not active player means that my triggers go on the stack first, so theirs resolve first. Play an island, cast Exhume. Get Magister of Worth. These have been some amazing games. This deck seems super solid. Yeah, so it does happen like that. Nice. Condemnation. And then he comes back and kills that. Sweet. Pretty good series of plays right there. Wow, I cannot believe I'm winning this game. Green Sun Zenith for 1, so we can just Necrotal kill that. Our opponent's on a 2-turn clock. Hey, I think we did it. I think. I don't want to celebrate too soon, but there's no Black Lightning Bolt. We redeemed ourselves for our bad Iona play. We're gonna Necrotal. Kill that. Yes! Yes, we did it! Oh my gosh. Woo! This deck is sweet. See you guys next round. Alright, we're here for round 2. Let's go first. I don't know, my hand's great, but this hand is fine. We have Iona in hand, so any discard outlet does things. It is a lot of mana though, and we could mulligan to like a much more powerful hand. Actually, yeah, I think this deck does want to mulligan. Wait. What just happened? Did I just get a free mulligan? What is happening? I'm gonna keep this hand. What is going on? Oh, did they just switch the mulligan rules? Whoa, okay, okay. So we get to choose a card to go on the bottom. And what don't I want? Magister of Worth, I guess? That's kind of sweet. Okay, so clearly you can tell these videos were recorded not at the same time. That's crazy. Okay, London Mulligan rule on Magic Online. I like it. I like that a lot. It makes a lot more hands keepable. And we get to go Looter. Yep. We could also get down the Freebooter because we have Compulsive Research next turn, but I'm gonna play the Looter here. I think every turn of looting value we get is great for us. And we kind of want to save Freebooter. Oh no. Okay. We kind of want to save Freebooter for like right before we reanimate something. Island. Okay, we don't need double blue, so we can Compulsive Research. Discarding a land. Holy cow. Okay. Well, I don't need Evolving Wilds. That's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah, that Looter would have been amazing here. Oh, they missed a land drop? It's good for us. Gristlebrand. You know, we're getting closer to being able to cast that. This costs 8. We have 6 mana right now. More lands, okay. So they didn't do anything on 4. It seemed like they have a reactive hand. I don't really feel the need to Freebooter just yet. I kind of want to save it till before we try and cast a Gristlebrand or something, because honestly we might be casting Gristlebrand here. Yep, this seems like, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can play Freebooter next turn, and then after that just slam this bad boy. Opponent's just drawing all mountains here. We might die to Kiki Jiki, to be honest. Holy cow, this is unreal. Alright, well, Kitesail Freebooter. Show me what you got. This is the most. How many lands have we drawn in a row? So our starting hand was this, research, Chupacabra. We drew Gristlebrand. We had 2 lands in our opening hand, so we drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Something like that. This looks like expansion. Yeah, explosion. So we basically get to see their hand. Okay. This should show up here in the revealed cards. Kiki-Jiki, Frost Titan, Incinerate. Interesting that they did not Faithless Looting, but we know Gristlebrand is safe. Ay. This is unbelievable. Oh no. Okay, we can Chupacabra the Frost Titan, so that's done. And what land did they play? Island. Okay. And then Faithless Looting is gone. Probably Incinerate and Pyroclasm are going. Mountain and Island. Okay. Well, Gristlebrand will have to wait a turn. What is this game? I think the weirder thing is that we might still just be able to win this game despite all of this. It's not impossible that we can win. Just jam Gristlebrand. We have Slaughter Pact in our deck. Oh no, okay. Spellseeker. Please don't grab Counterspell, that would be rough. Oh, and they have Kiki-Jiki Spellseeker too. Shivan Fire. Yeah, I don't mind that. You know what that does not deal with? Big Daddy Gristlebrand. Alright, they did not have a counterspell before, and these are 4 of 5 cards in their hand. They drew it? Come on. Okay, well we can Entomb. I guess I can attack for 2 here. They probably kill it, yeah. Okay. So Kiki-Jiki, Incinerate, Pyroclasm is their hand now. So they play Kiki-Jiki, they get more Spellseeker tokens. This is going to be a tough game to win. Banefire. Okay. We take 2. So we're going to Entomb here just so that we don't have to draw a bad card. That's sacrificed. So their hand is Incinerate, Pyroclasm, Banefire. We gotta draw something pretty quick. What do I want? Iona on red would be pretty solid here, right? Yeah, Iona on red stops all of those cards, but we can lose to Deceiver Exarch off the top. And they could just tutor up a blue spell with this. So I kind of want to get Magister of Worth. Sure. Alright, let's draw a non-land card, please. Okay, they're in step. Come on. That'll do it. So Incinerate, Pyroclasm, Banefire are in their hand. We can Dread Return Gristlebrand. I kind of wish I had Iona now. So Dread Return Magister of Worth means they lose their Kiki-Jiki combo. Dread Return Gristlebrand puts us in a little bit of a sketchy position because Banefire does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then Incinerate does 11. So if we activate Gristlebrand, we are dead to burn spells. This is hard. And if we just cast it, then they can just double burn Gristlebrand to death. So what do we want to target here? I think with the draw 7, we should be able to get out of this, right? Yeah. I think drawing 7 is better. Reanimate Gristlebrand, draw 7 cards. Yeah, okay. This seems totally fine to me. So we can start with a Dark Ritual. I guess, do we even need the mana? We don't need blue. So I can Collective Brutality. Yeah, that seems good. Escalate 3 times, target opponent, target creature, target opponent, discard 2 lands. And that should just close the game up. We take Banefire, leave them with Incinerate, Pyroclasm. I guess we just jam Necrotol. Kill their Spellseeker. And pass turn. Yeah, so their hand is just Incinerate, Pyroclasm, and Faithless Looting. But we're at 13. Yep. Alright, turns out reanimating Gristlebrand, usually pretty good. And somehow if they try and combo us out, Slaughter Pact is in the deck. So that's good. Plus we have Recurring Nightmare. Maybe we should have kept this in hand so that we could have like instant speed, or not instant speed, but like somehow if they wipe the board we can Recurring Nightmare. But we can just draw 7 off Gristlebrand and that should be plenty enough to win the game. Vendilion Click and Ugin the Spirit Dragon. Vendilion Click is actually kind of annoying here, but we can just draw to prevent that. Ugin is more problematic, I think. It's also colorless. Yeah, we'll give them Vendilion Click. Pretty good draw, though. Oh, they don't even want to draw step it? Okay, let's move to combat. Let's kill Karn. Sure. Oh, Pestermite. Okay, Pestermite plus Vendilion Click. So they're gonna get back Ugin. But that's actually kind of fine. Swing at Karn. Because they have to block here. I guess they don't have to block. Yep. So their hand is just a Vendilion Click right now. So I can pay 7, draw 7. Yeah, that should be good. So if I Exhume, that's bad for me. So we can go Dark Ritual. Oh, I need a discard outlet, don't I? Huh, I don't actually have a way to discard. Well, how do I do this? Because yeah, if I can get any of these into my graveyard, we're fine. But as it stands, I cannot. I can just get a Magister of Worth and Freebooter, which doesn't do anything because the Ugin's not in their hand. So let's start with Gonti. Look at the top cards. Oh, Mystic Confluence. That should do it, right? Okay, so that's in our exile now. I don't really want to cast Exhume. But we can Recurring Nightmare. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can still do that. And we can still cast Crypt Breaker. So we're going to sacrifice. We're going to get Ravenous Chupacabra. And sacrifice Gonti. Kill that. Play land. Play Crypt Breaker. We still have 5 mana up for Mystic Confluence. And then Crypt Breaker gives us a discard outlet to reanimate Iona next turn. And the nice thing is, they can't even get around Mystic Confluence with their Vendilion Click, and we knew what they drew. So they can play Ugin in minus, but we just counter it. Counter target spell unless its controller plays 3. And draw a card. That's your own Mystic Confluence. And then they can Vendilion Click on upkeep to stop Recurring Nightmare, but... Ooh, and reanimate? Nice. Yep. Draw step. Yep. It's a pretty scary hand to see, I might add. So they're at 0 cards in hand. And we can put Iona on red probably to stop burn from hitting us. By just using Necromancy, because they have to do that. We have Slaughter Pact in our deck somewhere, but that's okay. So let's discard a card. Discard Iona. Necromancy. Targeting Iona. I'm gonna name blue. I guess Upheaval is like one way they could get us. So now we move to combat. And attack them and attack Karn with both of these. Yep. So Karn falls to 1. I kind of want to reanimate this Gonti. But maybe that's just wrong. Oh, we could reanimate their stuff. Doesn't really do anything. Mystic Confluence? Yeah, let's reanimate Gonti. Put the rest in the bottom of the library. Okay. Yeah, because we know all the cards in their library now. So they're blue-red things. I think Go for the Throat seems pretty good against them. Show and Tell is interesting. They have like a bunch of Vendilion clicks and stuff. I don't know if we really need Show and Tell, but Necrotal, Chupacabra, all of that seems good. Maybe Exhume is a little suspect against their deck, but I kind of like it. I also kind of like Obliterator here. Like, how does their deck deal with that? Maybe. We'll think about Obliterator. And we need to make a few cuts. Tomb, Reanimate, Slaughter Pact. Okay, maybe that's too greedy. And I think this is our best value reanimation package. I think I like Buried Alive. Just like, what card do I cut for Go for the Throat? Because they're all amazing. All right, we'll just keep it cut. Just run Slaughter Pact. Could be wrong. Yeah, this hand seems good. We got turn 1 Crypt Breaker, turn 2 Brutality. Or probably just a Merfolk Looter, honestly. Crypt Breaker, and then we could just Necromancy Gristlebrand turn 3. I really hope they play a 2-mana creature here. Okay, that also kind of works. Okay, let's go Underground Sea. And I'm just going to set up for the turn 3. So we're going to cast with Escalate. That way we have to discard our Gristlebrand here. Mystic Confluence, search for its conjure, Rekindling Phoenix. Yeah, they did. And no blue sources. There's a mountain. Swamp. Necromancy. We did it? Yeah, alright. See you guys round 3. Alright, here for round 3. I keep this hand. Basically any hand within 2 minutes I think is excellent. Oh no, they just skipped their turn. Are they Reanimator? Who knows, man. Let's go turn 1 Crypt Breaker. I think getting a zombie army out is gonna be pretty good. We can start like drawing cards and stuff. Oh no, it is Reanimator. The Hellkite. That's not that scary. That only does 5 damage. What do I want to reanimate here? They're discarding Bogart and Hellkite. So I can do Iona on black. Or I could just get Gristlebrand. Probably just Gristlebrand is better, right? This only does 5 damage. Yeah, let's just do that. Entomb. Think in the dark, being able to draw a bunch of cards is worth it. Oh, we could hit their Bogart and Hellkite, but then they get our Gristlebrand, so that's pretty bad. Hit for 1. So they can do 5 to our face and put us to 7, but Gristlebrand is a 7/7 that attacks into a 5/5 pretty nicely. And hopefully next turn we can draw into something good. I don't know, maybe Eon on black would have been better. Because like it's pretty obvious that they're reanimate, but if our opponent just like untaps and goes plain swords to plowshares, that's pretty bad. So I think they go 1 to Crypt Breaker, 4 to the face. Yep, makes sense. Then we hopefully draw action. I mean, we're going to be attacking for sure. That's action. Combat hit for 7. They can chump? Yeah. Okay. 15. Let's... there's a lot of draws we can hit here, so let's draw 7. Okay. I kind of like just going with Collective Brutality. Cast with Escalate 3 modes. 2 modes. Do not want to give Gristlebrand -2/-2. Target opponent reveals their hand and they lose 2 life. Discard Magister of Worth. Unburial Rights. Sneak attack. Okay. So they're super dead. We can just discard Swamp. And Swamp. So there's Mountain. And we can, oh, we cannot Dread return their Hellkite. That's unfortunate. Oh, Freebooter's good, so let's hit for 7. Play Freebooter, just to see what they drew. Oh, land, I think? Take Sneak Attack, and then we'll play the Looter. I don't even know. I don't even know what's in their hand and what isn't. Okay, so red-black Reanimator. I definitely want Go for the Throat over Slaughter Pact. And Makeshift Mannequin is any graveyard? No, that's your graveyard. Definitely don't want Show and Tell. I'm less inclined towards Magister of Worth. I feel like Terastodon can do some things against them. I guess Magister of Worth is kind of my only answer to some of their reanimated threats. They're also running Kiki Chiki. And Obliterator is just a lot of pressure. I'm kind of scared about running Buried Alive against an opponent who's playing the card Reanimate. So I could do like this. Yeah, let's do that. Because it's really sketchy to like tap out for Buried Alive and then your opponent just goes Animate Dead and then you're in trouble. Ooh, this hand is nice. If we can find a creature Reanimate, that is. Alright, turn 1 Faithless Looting. I think we're definitely going to be turn 2 Collective Brutalitying. Hopefully they don't. Pian Kirin Mer Battlesphere, okay. That's a card to reanimate. So if they reanimate Mer Battlesphere, I kind of don't want to have Cryptbreaker in play. And since I'm going to be Collective Brutalitying on turn 2 anyway, I don't really see the need to play Cryptbreaker right now. So I'm just going to go Evolving Wilds for Island pass turn. This gets a lot worse, I guess, if they Thoughtseize our Brutality. But it's a good use of our mana, and it guarantees we can Necromancy on 3. Because as it currently stands, if we went turn 1 Cryptbreaker, turn 2 Swamp, we would have to draw a land to Necromancy. So I think this makes the most sense. Also, how much did our opponent mulligan? What is going on here? They mulligan to 6. Wow, Faithless Looting is really a lot of card disadvantage. Alright, sacrifice this, get Island. Swamp, Brutality, 2 modes. Discard Magister of Worth. They have Sneak Attack Liliana. And Liliana says your graveyard? Yeah. Okay. Well, now we're going to put in Cryptbreaker because doing Magister of Worth stuff doesn't do anything. They played a Mountain. Do we even do this? Or do we just, I guess we just get a Mer Battlesphere, right? Wait, this says any graveyard, right? Target creature card from a graveyard. Alright, let's just get their Mer Battlesphere. They can get Pian Kirin, but yeah, that seems fine to me. And these are the downsides of running things like this against a Reanimator deck. This is why specifically I took out Buried Alive. so that this type of thing didn't happen to me. Because now our opponent, they can play sneak attack, but they're taking 16 damage. They fall to 2 life. All right, here comes sneak attack. We're so close. If I could discard this, then we can flash it back. But we're 1 mana short right now. That's okay though. We have combat, attack you. Yes, use the ability. And we'll play a Crypt Breaker. And then play land. So now I have Entomb up. So that I can instant speed do anything. And we're kind of insulated against Emrakul because we're at 22. We can block a Blightsteel. I guess if they have literally Blightsteel Colossus, they can kill us. So maybe we should have kept back 2 dudes, but they're gonna need a lot. I think it's better to do them more damage because they have the obvious play of like Pia and Kieran make 2 blockers. And we would like to be able to kill them through that. Yep. Alright. Fingers crossed, no Blightsteel. What creature are we gonna get? So we have Woodfall Primus. And... what else do we have? Gristlebrand. Faithless Looting is the graveyard. Don't do it. Pure Recruiter gets Kiki Jiki. I don't think there's any card they can get here that wins, right? Kiki Jiki copy Recruiter. I can't. I feel like, what? You probably wanted to do that on my turn, right? Because that saves them for a turn because they take 4 off the Battlesphere. Yeah, they take 4 off the Battlesphere. They block there, they go to 2. And this can only attack for 1. Okay, I don't know what's happening anymore. Opponent's just having fun. There's no Black Lotus in this format, right? Did they play a land? Yeah, they already played a land, so they can't go like Mountain Deceiver, Exarch, or Zealous Conscripts. And Imperial Recruiter can't tutor up Zealous Conscripts. There's no Simian... I don't think there's any way to get mana for 0. I don't think Lotus Petal's in here, but I've been wrong. I guess if their last 2 cards are literally Lotus Petal, Zealous Conscripts. Sure. Alright, well, they're dead. I'm cool with this. Dead. 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 So their last cards are Murderous Redcap Liliana. Sure. Alright, well, after a grueling first round, we took the clean 3-0. And this deck was awesome. Probably one of the more fun decks I've drafted. I want to look at the deck again. One of the more fun decks I've drafted in this format. So, yeah. Sad Phyrexian Obliterator didn't get to make a showing, but the card's sweet. See you guys next time.